everyone, welcome to Reignite Health. My name is Bokz Mthimkulu. I am here to educate you about health and wellness. So today I want to tell you guys a bit about stroke, let you know what it is, what causes it, symptoms, prevention and management. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I have put a video up about a stroke, so the aim of this one is just to help explain a few terms better, making sure that you truly understand what a stroke is. Alright, let's get into the video. So a stroke essentially is where a damage to your brain that causes an array of symptoms or side effects that take place, and that can either be life-threatening or just cause a little bit of a shake here and there for you to realize that you need to change your lifestyle, you need to get on top of things. That's technically what a stroke is. Its medical term is known as a cerebrovascular accident. The cerebro means brain, a part of the brain. Vascular is the vessels that give oxygen to that part of the brain, and accident is damage to it. So it means that vascular system did not manage to give oxygen to that part of the brain and caused damage to it. So essentially that is what a stroke is. And there are two main types of stroke. The one is an ischemic stroke and the one is a hemorrhagic stroke. An ischemic stroke is lack of oxygen to that part of the brain, so it dies off, and this generally happens when there's a blockage in that vessel that is meant to supply oxygen. So this could be if you have high blood pressure, for example, can constrict the vessel too much and cause a blockage in that very small vessel that's meant to supply that part of the brain. Or if you have a blood clot and it travels up towards the brain, it can block off one of the branches in the vessels and cause lack of oxygen to that part of the brain. The second is a hemorrhagic stroke. Hemorrhagic stroke is when there's a hemorrhage that's happening. So this is a rupture in the vessel. Blood is just going everywhere in the brain except to its destination, and it can cause a stroke as well. So this is generally if you have any head injuries, an aneurysm, which is like a bulb or weakening in the vessel of the brain, it can rupture, let's go with rupture just in case English. It can rupture and cause a stroke. So that is pretty much what a stroke is. What are the main causes of a stroke? So the first main big cause is high blood pressure. You've got to get your blood pressure checked. You got to get it in range. High blood pressure is not good for the body. I will add a video that I recently did on high blood pressure and that explains it better so that you know the ranges that you're looking for good health. With this being said, the older you get, the higher your high blood pressure can get to. Reason being is that your vessels are not as elastic, are not as robust as they used to be when you're young, but the ranges do change for you according to age. So next risk factor is age. The older you are, the higher the chances of having a stroke is, because the body's just not as robust. It doesn't bounce back as quickly or as easily as it used to. The next is your family history. If you have a history of stroke in the family, you do have a chance that stroke will be there. With that being said, history of high blood pressure in the family, you might also have a chance of having high blood pressure. So you've got to know your family history. And then a few things that you can change that are risk factors is obesity, so making sure that your weight is in range. The other thing is you can change is cholesterol levels, making sure that they are in range as well. Sugar levels, diabetes, making sure that that is not there, because diabetes and generally high cholesterol, the two can damage the vessels as well, causing those blockages here and there. The next is that you want to try and decrease inflammation in the body. So stop toxins in the body. So cigarette smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, all of that, you want to get rid of that, not exacerbate any inflammation, immune response in the body. And then the last thing, or the last two things, which are very important, my favorite things, is you've got to exercise, you've got to be active, and you've got to eat healthy. Exercising, eating well, make sure that the body is getting the nutrients that it needs, make sure that the blood is flowing and oxygen is getting to places that it needs to go, keeps you healthy, keeps you strong, keeps you well, and can help prevent stroke. Those are the general risk factors or causes for having a stroke. And then the things that you would want to do to prevent having a stroke is not have those risks, essentially. Unfortunately, there's a few that we can't change. You can't really change your family, you can't change your age, but you can manage your weight, you can manage your activity levels, you can manage what you eat, and you can 100% manage glucose, diabetes, you can manage high blood pressure and cholesterol as well. So the ways to prevent stroke is to work on things that you can manage and to constantly just keep checking on any of the risk factors that you have. Listen to your body, know what it's telling you, and all of that. So after looking at that, we got to look at the symptoms. So the brain, lovely organ, helps with communication between the environment and your body. So for example, you see a car coming towards you, that information goes to the brain, and your brain says, dude, move out the way. And so your body muscles kick in and you move out the way and prevent such an accident. That is what your body's constantly doing on a daily basis. Constant exchange. Give me information, I'll tell you what to do, and so forth. And so when a specific part of your brain is damaged, specific symptoms are possible based on the part that has been damaged. So it can affect your cognition, it can affect your speech, it can affect your muscles, it can affect sensory systems, and most strokes generally happen on one side of the body. So if you have the damage on the right side of the brain, the left side of the body will likely experience the symptoms. If it's on the left side of the brain, the right side will experience the symptoms. That's for anything neck down. Generally for the face, it's generally the same side, just based on how the nerves move through the body. So symptoms you want to look for is any confusion, any headaches, difficulty with speaking, difficulty with walking, muscle weakness, and numbness, tingling. Any of that can be a sign of you having a stroke. Chances are you're likely to have more of the symptoms collectively at a time that would be suggestive of a stroke. And so there is a way that you can try and figure out if someone's having a stroke so that you can act fast, because it is possible to stop the damage that's happening to the brain if the person gets help as soon as possible. So the longer that that part of the brain is deprived of oxygen, the higher the risk of more damage and long-term effects that can take place. The quicker you act on it, the quicker the symptoms can disappear, because oxygen's getting to the brain. So you want to act as fast and as fast as possible as you can. So generally what you want to do if someone might be having a stroke, you want to ask them to smile, and you want to look for asymmetry in their smile. You want to ask them to raise their arms. Look, if one arm's going high and the other one's not going at all, might be a stroke. That is face, arms, speech. You want to ask them to say something, and if they have slurred speech, likely having a stroke, and then rush them to the ER and make sure that they get the attention that they need to live a good life. So we've looked at what stroke is, its symptoms, causes, and prevention. The last is to look at management. So unfortunately, sometimes you just do have the stroke, and you still, and you're alive, you gotta live, you gotta get your life back. You might be in situations where you struggle to do some tasks because of the muscle weakness, the fatigue, the difficulty in comprehending some stuff, but that can improve over time. Only problem is that it does take time, and because the nerves are so intricate, so delicate, they take time to regrow, to regenerate, and to help you. So the quicker you act on building new nerve pathways and the consistency that you have to doing it, the better your life, your survival chances are post stroke. So again, depending on where the stroke happened will depend on the type of management you have. So if it has affected your speech, your swallowing, you would see a speech therapist to help you talk again, to help you swallow again, all of that. If it affected your muscles, your motor skills, so ability to walk, ability to stand, sit, do activities of daily living, you'll see a biokineticist, which is what I do. So I would be helping you be able to do your activities of daily living more easily. If you struggle with writing and all of that, you'd see an occupational therapist, as they work with fine motor activities, the more intricate activities. So depending on the stroke will depend on what you do. And then the last thing that's always going to be important, or maybe the last two things that will always be important if you've had a stroke, is the support system and the psychotherapy. It's not an easy journey. You've got to make sure your support is there, and that you have someone that you can talk to. And then the second is that you've got to eat well, especially because you might be more sedentary for a while than you have for anything. Your body is more prone to gaining those risk factors that I spoke about in the beginning, the high cholesterol, obesity, all of that. So keeping your nutrition well not only feeds the brain, helps the body heal, but it can also prevent other risk factors from happening. So yeah, that is pretty much what a stroke is. If you know of anyone that's had a stroke, please do support them, be there for them. If you know of anyone that needs help with getting active and doing activities again post stroke, do email me or leave me a comment and make sure that that person is getting active again, because activity is very important. It helps to feed the brain, heal the body. And then lastly, please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like this video. Let's share this knowledge. Let more people prevent having a stroke. Let more people know how they can manage a stroke, and let more people be clued up on what a stroke is. I hope you guys have a lovely day further, and I'll see you guys soon with another video, of course, because I love sharing on Reignite Health. Bye. Sorry, allergies. But thanks guys for watching. If you want to see more videos, do click on one of them over here, or if you want to see my channel, do click on the little round thingy at the bottom of this page thing. Alright guys, I will definitely see you soon with a new video about my life, my journey, or health condition. Enjoy, hop on board, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.